Welcome into Wednesdays at the Wink. I'm TJ Downing here with the SMG Network on campus with the Walsh Cavaliers and Walsh University right across the street from us here at the Winking Lizard at Washington Square. Make sure to stop out, patronize them, come over here and enjoy all they have to offer. Whether you're over across the street, you're over here at Larry Stout Field, make sure to stop here after every event, before every event on Walsh University's campus and patronize the Winking Lizard at Washington Square. All right, we are here. My girl, we're gonna have you step in here just a little bit more. We're gonna hug up and get close here because we go way back. Christina Payon, you've worn a lot of hats over the last couple of years, right? And you take care of the men's golf program, you take care of the women's golf program, you kind of coordinate everything, really athletics and AD stuff. We know that your sidekick Greenie over there, you always continuously get it done for your student athletes. You wear a lot of different hats, but what you do for Walsh University it doesn't go unnoticed, but let's just get down to brass tacks. Talk about the golf, because I know you're a golf legend and you're really proud of these guys over here. I know I'm proud of Kyle. He was my original engineer and the Cedarville champ, but talk about what these guys have been able to do, Max Cruxton and Kyle, what they've been able to do, and your entire team.
Yeah, I mean, it's a team effort for sure. I think they really rallied this spring. We're coming off a team win at our home event at Glenmore. So the men won the Cav Classic, which is always a good thing to do on your home turf. Kyle won the individual medalist title. He was 7 under par, so that's always kudos to him for playing tough like that. But we've had a really good year, successful both as a team and individually. So the fall, they won a big event at Cedarville. They all collectively played really well. That was pretty exciting to watch and be a part of. It literally went down to the very last hole there as a team. We set a new team record there. Kyle frickin' shot 11 under par. So,
I mean, that's just what he does at Cedarville. He's the Cedarville champ for a reason.
He couldn't miss. Same thing last week at Glenmore. He rolled there too, so it's exciting to be part of.
You got some honors for that, right? GMAC Player of the Week?
Yeah, 3 times this year. So.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
Subtle flex.
yeah, 3 times this year. So I would assume, I guess, one could gather that you are the leader of the group, right?
Yeah.
I know that you two went to high school together, same high school up at Stowe. Stowe Monroe Falls at the time? Okay. So Kyle, being a leader of the team, right, and having a coach like this to look up to, having her as a guide, as a teacher, but for you to kind of like take over and like lead the guys, throughout that and what you were able to do there at Cedarville, I mean, what are some things that kind of go through your head as you've kind of come up through the ranks here at Walsh and accepted that role?
Yeah, I mean, I think I feel like for me personally, I've kind of set an example leading my work ethic, and people see like how much I put into golf. And I think, Max, we've been teammates since, he was that tall. We were teammates when he was a freshman in high school, and we played pretty well. So, but yeah, I think everyone on the team kind of sees how much work I put in, and it's good for everyone to just follow in those footsteps.
It's infectious, right?
Yeah.
Is that the right word, Coach?
Perfect word, yep.
So you said you and Max go as far back as what I heard you were bullying him back in the day.
Had to throw in the height.
Right?
He had to throw in the height, I guess.
Like,
I guess that was necessary.
Come on, man. That's not what a leader does. No, talk about your teammate over here from not only high school but here at Walsh University, and how Max is, again, as you being a leader, how you've seen him grow and develop as a golfer.
Yeah, I mean, I've played with Max every summer for probably the last 7 years. So we played not just at Walsh, but we go back home, play at Foxden and Stowe. But yeah, he works just as hard as I do, as anyone else on our team. But yeah, he's really grown since I knew him when he was just a freshman at Stowe. And yeah, he's really, especially in the spring, he's played really well, and he's been our solid 2-man for the whole year. So yeah, he's been great.
Do you feel any kind of like a special feeling with these guys, being that they're Bulldogs too, just like you were?
Oh yeah,
Bulldogs,
go Bulldogs!
right? So you knew him back when he was a young Bulldog, right? How did you ultimately end up getting here? Talk about like your recruiting process. I mean, were there other places that you looked at, and what ultimately led you, other than your greatest coach standing on soil, what led you to Walsh University in North Canton?
Yeah, so obviously having Kyle here it felt comfortable, and he probably helped in the recruiting process a little bit. But coming out of high school, it was a tough time. I was right in the heat of the 5th year COVID and everything, and Walsh reached out, and they were really welcoming to me, and it felt comfortable. And I loved the guys, like the ones that I had met. I met them throughout the summer at some other tournaments too. So it felt like a good fit, and it felt like somewhere my golf career could really take off.
I didn't hear anything about NIL money. I think that was kind of missing from
Next year.
Next
Yeah.
year,
Got a few
right?
things in the works.
So I mean, what do you got to shoot to get that type of NIL money now? I mean,
Go low, man.
go. I'll tell you what, I heard you guys talking a little bit about the Masters. We know some of the best in the world. And when you think about, like, I'll let you go first, your coaching philosophy from you as a player. I mean, again, not to toot your horn for you, you were a legendary player. You set some pretty high bars here at Walsh as a player. When you take your philosophies to teaching and coaching these guys, these girls, these men, these women, I mean, do you like pick and choose like things? Are you like watching the Masters and say, well, like that or like this? Like, I mean, how does that all work as a golf coach?
I'd hate to admit this as a golf coach, but I think I watched like 5 minutes of the Masters this year, unfortunately. A little crazy weekend for us, but I tried to follow as best I could on my phone, but I didn't get to enjoy anything but that. My time here as a coach is way different from my time here as a student athlete. I mean, the game of golf in itself has changed leaps and bounds, which we want that to happen, right? We want the game to grow. So the things that we were, trying to hurdle over when I was a student athlete at Walsh are not things that, they're having to face right now. But I think it goes back to just having a good group of kids, and that is what they are. I think they feed off of each other's energy. They feed off of each other's competitiveness. They push each other in the right way, and they all want to have success, and they're hungry for that. So it's really the work that they do, on both sides, the men's and the women's. That is why we are so successful, as a team and individually. So it's kudos to those kids right there, for sure.
I can see that, but I just keep seeing the bully in Kyle over there. And I see like how Max is like still scared of him. Like, what does for you guys? What does practice look like before you guys go out there and actually play rounds? Whether you're on the road, you're traveling, here at home, what does like a practice round look like for you guys? I mean, are you honing in on certain things? Like, okay, today, Monday, we don't have a competition. I'm just going to work on putting, or I'm going to work on, stuff from 100 yards in, or we're going to work on drives. Like, how does that go? Like, what kind of training philosophies does she imply on you guys? And you just kind of take to yourselves, too, when you're going out there and taking strokes.
Yeah, so I guess I'll talk about it. Golf's, as you kind of know, individual sport. I think we're allowed here, it's nice we're allowed to kind of individually work on our own games as we need. I feel like any good golfer needs that like space to just be able to focus on what they need to focus on and not get caught up in what everyone else needs to do. So I feel like we have a good space to do that, where we can fine-tune our own games and work on what we need to do. It's not anything specific. It's basically just, we didn't have a good week ball striking with the irons, maybe get on the range, hit a few balls, but I think it's just kind of how you're playing in the moment, and then kind of work on that going forward.
I think too, for me, like, I know we have pretty similar games, so like if I'm struggling with something, I can always look at him and ask him to get a swing video and like see if he sees anything. And same thing for him, if he's struggling, I'll take a look at his swing and see if I see anything. But I think everyone on the team kind of helps out with each other.
So it can be like a week-to-week thing, a day-to-day thing, like, I'm just not striking well, or,
Yeah.
I'm not hitting my 5-wood like I was the other day, or,
Yeah.
I need to work on the short game.
Everything's very technical in golf. One minor little thing can throw off a bunch of things, so it's just repetition, practice. Anything can change at any moment, so just keep putting in the reps, and hopefully the results work out.
Yeah, TJ Downing here, Wednesdays at the Wink, SMG Network alongside, hey, got to give it to him, swords up, right? Christina, my guy Kyle, Max, here with the men's golf team. We're going to have the women coming up here shortly. Special shout out to some of our great partners here, Altman, Bell Stores, Cleveland Clinic, Mercy Hospitals. Make sure you check out the Sam Center, what they've been able to do up in Canal Fulton with their new facility. They have transferred everything from downtown Massillon up there to Canal Fulton, and delivering, I believe, last told, 17,000 pounds.
Wow.
Of food to veteran families in need last Friday. So some great stuff going on there. Huntington Bank, our great friends here at the Winking Lizard, can't do it without them. Coach, when you start to look at some expectations coming into this year, obviously we know Kyle, right? He's expected to play great. Tell me about, again, outside of Kyle and even Max, some other men on this golf team that maybe there were some circles like, I don't know how he's going to perform. We need this guy to perform. Kind of some of the surprises for you
For sure.
so far.
I mean, I think it was a blessing. Kyle chose to come back for his 5th year. I mean,
I just lobbed that up for you. You were not supposed to talk about Kyle. Like, this is the not
I
talking
know,
about
but
Kyle session.
Kyle's a really big part of what we're doing. And
Yeah. Great player.
Yeah,
Hey,
for
my
sure.
guy, man. Great player, man.
Just having him to come back and lead the team again is, was an awesome feeling for Coach Morgan and I just heading into this year. And then obviously knowing, with Max's support, like Kyle said, he's a strong 2-man. But from that point on, we have Blake Hood. He's a local kid. He graduated from Alliance. He's really stepped up this year for us. So he had a pretty good year last year as a freshman. But I think he really, turned things on this year. So we're really happy about how he's been performing. Corey Gasways from Mogador, another really strong man in our lineup right there. And then that 5th spot has always just kind of been in rotation for us, just finding the right footing. So we have a number of good players in the program that, can score the numbers, but consistency is key in our game. And so it's nice that they always have that opportunity to compete with each other for that spot. So we kind of rotated in that 5-man, 6-man spot for pretty much most of the year for us. So we just finished qualifiers yesterday, so one of our freshmen won that spot to head to the conference championship this weekend. So we're pretty excited about what Will's been able to do for the program and excited about what he's going to bring these next couple years for us.
So for obviously all the different hats that I mentioned that you wear, taking care of all of your student athletes from fall, winter, into spring, where we're at now, it obviously starts with great coaches. You win and have success with great people. We've talked about Greeny, so many others that play a part in it. But when you start to look at how the teams have success throughout all of Walsh Cavalier athletics, again, it starts at the top, and the coaches are able to recruit the right way and bring in the right talent. And I always think about Coach Rob with track and field and cross country. I mean, like, the best of the best want to come and play for him. And I think Coach Holt's going to start to build the same thing too,
sure.
with volleyball, and obviously what JY does. And, for you, like, when you go out and, like, recruit, what are you looking for? I mean, are you looking for a Northeastern Ohio feel? Is there like a certain skill set that you're looking for? Like, okay, we need to replace this 2-3 guy, or we need a long ball guy. I mean, how does your recruiting process look like when you're going after kids?
Yeah, we definitely don't limit ourselves in location. I think, for our sport at least, there's talent all over the world for golf, and everyone wants an opportunity. But I think it's important to keep in mind what you need to replace. So just looking forward, like, losing Kyle is going to be a pretty big, hard shoe to fill for us. So we have to be intentional with who we bring in, down the road to fill that void. Same thing, Max is going to be a senior next year, so we're going to lose, what he's been bringing to the table. So it's not just what we need next year, it's going to be what we need 2 and 3 years down the road to kind of keep the momentum that they've created within the program and the success that they have. How do we keep that moving?
That's why she gets paid the big bucks.
No.
To make those, to have those replacements, right? So when you think about your entire experience here, from when we first met, you're doing engineering, and you're just a young buck getting on, just trying to cut your teeth as being one of the better golfers, not only here on campus, but the GMAC and in the country. What is, like, just sum it all up in one experience? Like, what does Walsh University mean to you? Like, can you, outside of the Cedarville champ thing, like, if you had like a top experience ever, like, when you think back on Walsh Cavalier golf, like, sum it up in one experience, maybe just kind of touch on it and really what she's meant to you.
Yeah, I think for me, it's not only just the golf side of things, but like traveling with the team has always been one of my favorite things because I feel like it almost kind of feels like a family. So when we travel, it's like I'm not just traveling with like some of my friends, I'm traveling with my brothers. So, I mean, that's always been one of the greatest things to me. I'm not just about golf, but about the whole team aspect because, I mean, we're all friends off the course, not just on the course. But, I mean, yeah, Coach has been great for the last 4 years. I didn't come in playing for Coach. I was recruited by another coach. But when she took over, the program changed dramatically, and it's been, I mean, way better since she took over. So, but, yeah, that's all credit to her. But, yeah, I love being here.
So you have one more year left after this year.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're gonna put you on the spot. Tell us something about Coach. Maybe one of like the weird things she does out there in like a practice session when just I don't know, just throw her under the bus here a little bit. I mean,
So-
that way you got to come back and deal with it next year.
I guess I'm gonna get a little picky here. This shout out Coach Morgs as well. I know she's probably watching. They do collect some weird golf balls on the course. I mean, we'll look in the cart, and I mean, like, not to sound like snobby or anything, but like we play pretty good golf balls. You know, we get
So
Titleist,
Pro
whatever.
Vs, yeah, there you
I
go.
mean, we'll have like Pinnacles, Top Flights in the golf cart. I'm like, I don't know what we're collecting.
Kind of like a
these for.
Wilson Staff in
So,
there or
yeah,
something.
I don't know. I don't know what they use them for. Maybe they're recycling them. I don't know, but I find that pretty funny.
That's awesome. Well, hey,
We're
Coach.
creating something. We have a
Hey,
plan.
it's you got to have little things like that, tradition, things to hold on to, right? Kyle, appreciate you, my man.
Thank you
Max,
so much.
appreciate you. Coach,
Thank you.
Christina, we go way back. Appreciate everything you do and always having us a part of Walsh Cavalier Athletics. Remember to go download the Walsh Cavalier Athletics mobile app to stay up to date on scores, the teams, the schedules, buy tickets. Find out, you can find out what Kyle shot. Or find out what he's going to shoot tomorrow. Stay up to date on that wherever you go. Google Store, Apple Play. Go and check out the Walsh Cavalier Athletic mobile app. Download it, and really, we will continue to follow along with you guys. Wish you nothing but success, and again, always
you.
appreciate what you do. You do so much for your student athletes, and we'll get a chance to talk to your girls here, the women's golf team. I feel like they're kind of looking down here, like I don't know, like they're a little nervous.
They might be nervous.
You think they're ready?
We'll see.
Not as ready as we were.
Yeah, you guys knocked it out the park. All right, we'll be back here with more from Wednesdays at the Wink at the Washington Square Winking Lizard with the Walsh Cavaliers.
The leader in quality drivetrain components, H&H Truck Parts is a name you can trust. Located in Valley View, Ohio at 5500 South Cloverleaf Parkway, H&H can handle all your heavy-duty truck needs. Come in and exchange your transmission, differential, or power steering gearbox. But that's not all. H&H is equipped to handle all your parts needs. Permco pumps, Muncie PTOs, Neapco U-joints, Spicer yokes, new Eaton clutches, and more. Let the professionals at H&H Truck Parts handle your transmission or differential installation in one of their 6 service bays. Specializing in drivetrain repairs, stop by and have your drive shaft balanced, flywheel resurfaced, or your clutch installed alongside the best transmissions and differentials on the road. You know why they're the best? Because H&H is Ohio's largest purchaser of Eaton Fuller parts. Need a blower or a pump? H&H distributes Paragon and Permco brands. Names you can trust with your livelihood on the road. Call H&H Truck Parts today for the leader in heavy-duty truck parts and service. Call locally at 216-642-4540. Toll free at 800-601-4540 or check them out online at hhtruckparts.com.
At C.H. Vallis & Associates, we've been proudly serving the greater Stark County community for over 78 years. Locally owned, we cover your home, auto, business, and life insurance along with your group benefits. Our partnership with auto owners has allowed us to span not only Ohio, but throughout the entire country. Did you know that Auto Owners, an A++ rated company by AM Best and a Fortune 500 company, has ranked C.H. Vallis & Associates a top 10 insurance agency in the state of Ohio? From your basic home and auto needs to insuring some of the largest companies in America, there's a reason people choose C.H. Vallis & Associates and Auto Owners. Our dedication and passion for our clients and their coverage is part of our commitment to excellence. For all your insurance coverage needs, there's only one call to make, and that's C.H. Vallis & Associates, located at 1302 South Main Street in North Canton. Contact us at 330-494-2776 today and see the difference in customer satisfaction.
Welcome back into the Winking Lizard, Wednesdays at the Wink at the Washington Square Winking Lizard. And we just had Christina Payon on. We talked to Kyle, we talked to Max, and now we're going to have the women's golf team on. And since we don't have Coach Payon, we can talk a little smack. I know,
Sure.
She's down there looking. We can see what you guys are going to have to give me some of the inside scoops about. Is she weird? Is she out there on the course? I heard Kyle's Max talking they collect golf balls, weird golf balls. But
We collect with them.
Yeah, they're planning something.
There's nothing more than that. Just collecting Wilson Staffs or Pinnacles. Is that as deep as we're gonna get with Coach? And
No, I think we have more fun in our practice rounds because we're all goofy.
okay,
We like to have fun, laugh. Our coach has done a cartwheel on the range.
True.
She's done a
That's-
toe touch.
that's what I was looking for. All right. Well, as we get into it here with the women's golf team at Walsh University here at the Winking Lizard, Wednesdays at the Winks. Mad, Sydney, Franny.
Yep.
Got it. I knew I was. You didn't have to tell me. I was almost there. I appreciate you guys joining us here with the
you for
SMG
having
Network. I'm TJ Downing. We're back here again at the Washington Square Winking Lizard. And so tell me, since you're the leader of the team and you have the broadcasting background, talk about this season thus far in a nutshell, just how it's gone,
Yeah.
expectations, and where you guys are at.
So this kind of all started actually last year. into this year. So Fran and I were actually supposed to, well, we did graduate in 2023, but our freshman year was 2019, 2020 COVID, so her and I were given a year of eligibility to come back.
Okay.
I decided first that I was coming back, and then I was like, hey.
She planted the seed, and
I
I was
planted
like,
it.
hello.
Come on, girl.
And it kind of just like all fell into place. And last season in the spring, we as a team collectively, for the first time in D2 program history, made our way to the regional championship for the East region. The year before that, I went
Setting the bar
individually.
high.
Yeah. And I had a little issues there, but that was like our biggest thing last year with our team. Like that was our main goal, and we hit it. So I think we all have an itch to get back there this year.
So, I was a former athlete. Never talk about wins or, successes. You said you had some issues. What happened there?
So this was actually a very good learning experience.
Teachable moment.
Yeah.
For all you youngsters out there watching.
Didn't check my scorecard properly, and I signed the incorrect scorecard, and I went to the tournament director, and I had to DQ myself.
Oh, no.
So there was a big itch for me last year and a huge itch as a team because we had so much talent for us to get there.
So-
and we've just been building off of that continuously since last fall of 2022.
But that was an individual thing, right? Where you just,
Yep, that was all on me, and then the next year we went as a team.
How does that process go when you have to submit your scorecard?
So
you score it each hole, and then you have to sign off on it at the end.
I didn't check it properly. I was really excited with how I shot, and I think I looked at it and I thought it was right, and I signed it, turned it in, and then we looked and it was like, no.
I'm sorry to hear that. That's
all right.
Again, that's probably something that most young golfers they look over. You get excited, like
It
you
happens.
said. Yeah, it happens. And okay, so tell me where you guys are from. Where'd you go to high school at? How you got here to Walsh University?
I'll start. So I'm from Toledo, Ohio. Went to Perrysburg High School. Was looking at colleges and kind of stepped onto Walsh University's campus and immediately fell in love. It was like that moment that like you hear about, like wanting to find like your forever home. And I stepped onto campus and loved it. Met with Coach, and the rest is kind of history.
She's like a little rescue puppy. She's
I
trying to
know.
find
I
out.
did.
Okay, I'm Sydney, and I'm from Pattaya, Thailand, so I'm an international student here.
Nice.
I found about Walsh through my agency, my recruiting agency. Coach had a connection there, and she reached out to me, and only after a couple of emails between us and a few calls, I instantly knew that this was my place and that I wanted to come here and play golf and help my team out,
What is the golf scene like in Thailand?
Extremely competitive.
Really?
Absolutely. So I've been playing competitive golf since I was probably 12 when I really started playing competitively. And even at 12 years old, if you wanted to be first place, you had to shoot under. And it would be 3 continuous days of playing, and each generation of the new kids coming up always scored better and better and better. And, you having to keep up with it was tough, but I think it really helped me to come and play at the college level. So I'm very happy about that.
Even more so, I've always gotten confused between links courses and how different courses are set up. So courses in Thailand, are they typically high rough, a lot of water, a lot of sand? I mean, what's kind of the layout of the majority of the courses there?
So surprisingly, we have a lot of variation between courses. Not many links actually, but every golf course is very different. However, most of the golf courses I played in my region, all the golf courses have Bermuda grass and definitely a lot of water. Thai people love a challenge. A lot of water, a lot of sand traps around the greens, a lot of island greens as well. Since golf is a really huge sport, they also prioritize making the courses challenging. We have a lot of professional events there every year, and even our own Thai tour professionally. So even the juniors that have to step onto those courses have a really tough time. I've been so used to hitting my balls in the water, losing 5 balls each round, trying to find my ball in the sand trap. It's tough, but I definitely enjoy it. I do like a challenge, However, I prefer the grass here a lot more. I think here has a lot more beautiful golf courses, and I was super excited when I first got here to see them.
So wait, I feel better now. Like, you guys have the same problems that I have? Like, you fall into the water.
Absolutely,
like-
yeah.
So where did you go to school at?
I went to Hoover High School.
Oh, boy.
I am a North Canton girl,
Wow, you
Viking
didn't travel
at heart.
far.
No, I'm born and raised in North Canton my whole life. All 3 of my schools that I went to are all within 2 miles of each other.
Wow. How
My
about
mom
that?
went to Walsh. My grandpa went to Walsh.
You're a legacy.
Mm-hmm.
How about that? Tell me about golf in Toledo. Your home course at Perrysburg. What got you into golf, and how did you end up here?
Yeah, so I started off initially playing basketball. I was told I wasn't aggressive enough.
I love this story.
Yeah, that was a real.
Is that true?
It is true.
I've never heard this.
Yeah, I'm not aggressive at all, which I
No.
knew. And so every summer I'd try out again. And finally my dad was like, just try golf. Like, try it once. If you hate it, whatever. And I was like, ugh, golf, like, whatever, so boring. And so I tried out for the team my freshman year, ended up making varsity. That's next summer I ended up playing at the Toledo Junior Golf Association, their like league they have, junior tour league, and fell in love with getting to spend 4 hours on the course with like my best friends. And I was like, this is awesome. Like, I'm playing a sport I love, and I get to hang out with my friends, talk all day, eat some snacks. Like, this is great. And so, yeah, that
You
was.
should tell them about your state your senior year.
Yeah, and so then senior year, my golf team, we made it to states as a team, and so that was like a huge accomplishment for us, super fun. And the last day of states, I ended up playing my last last high school round with Madison.
We had no idea.
We had no
Is
idea.
that on the gray course down there in Columbus?
Ours was on the gray. The boys
Okay.
were on the scarlet.
Yeah, and so the end of the rounds come in, and she's like, hey, like, where are you planning on going to college? And I was like, oh, like, I just committed to Walsh University a few months ago. And she was like, I live right by there.
I was not that mean.
You weren't mean, but you
Are
just
you like trying to throw some smack? Like,
you just said all she said was she lived right by there. Like, no,
I hadn't
like,
committed to anywhere yet.
No.
My plan was
she's
to
like,
not
don't go
commit.
there. You're not going to be the number one player.
she was like, yeah, like, I live right by there. And I was like, okay, cool. And so I followed her on Instagram, and then the
Did you
next
follow her
week.
back?
Oh, yeah. She did, yeah. The next week, she posts that she's committed. And I was like, oh my goodness, like, how crazy. And so, like, this year has really just been kind of surreal for us.
It's
Just
really
like,
weird.
like starting, I guess, together collegially and then
Yeah.
ending it collegially.
I feel bad. I completely forgot. You were here one time, or I was up in the
was.
press box, and you were telling me, you were down at like Disneyland playing or something with your family or
Yeah,
your dad?
yeah. My dad took me to Disney.
Yeah.
And we played at the golf course, Magnolia course down there, and I was like, man, like I want to get a cool picture in the Mickey Mouse bunker, right? But I was like, I don't actually want to hit it there. And then, sure enough, I ended up getting the picture because I did hit it in that bunker. But it was pretty cool.
Okay, so how well do you three know each other? Like really well, like
Very well.
sisters, teammates, all that, right?
When you're on a team, especially with us, our sport, every sport is frustrating, but mentally, golf is probably one, if not the toughest sport. Because with us, especially towards like our conference next week, we play 36-18. We have a couple tournaments in the fall that are 36-18. You have to stay all in all day for a 36-hole day. You're looking at close to 12 hours. So with us,
And you're walking.
and we
Oh, yeah.
walk, and each one of
So
us
nice
have
when you got that golf cart.
probably some type of an injury. She's got a bad knee. I got a really bad back, and that plays a role into it. You have to stay in the game mentally. If your game's not going the way you want to go, you're getting all mental in your head. You're getting mad. You're gripping the club a little harder, all this stuff. But with us, that I've noticed that I love is when we get in the van right after we're done, we can literally just
Wait.
decompress, let it all out, couple screams.
She's laughing because
Yeah.
like you guys have something funny that you do when you get into the van afterwards, like when you're
Oh,
back
we
around.
just go ham
Oh, yeah.
about everything.
Those are my favorite part of the day. Is like
It's the best.
you
Whether
finish.
you had a good round or bad rounds, like you
Oh, yeah.
it doesn't matter.
For sure. Like, if you have a good round, like, what I love about this team is that no matter how they shot or how you shot independently, if you had a bad day but your teammate had a great day, everybody's going to be happy and support you. Nobody's ever going to bring you down. Like, it's just a good atmosphere. And why I chuckled at the van is because something popped into my head. It was Ashland of our fall season in
Spill it.
2023.
Here we go.
Do you
Hot
remember
take.
that? My first day,
This is
I
an
played
exclusive
with
right here.
those like couple girls that just did not. I did not have a good round.
It was bad.
It was bad, right?
Because she was right in front of me.
Yeah, I was right in front of her.
You
And
witnessed.
I
witnessed
saw
the
it
bad.
happen the one time because our coach came up to me and she was like, "Oh my God, wait till you hear about this." And I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"Oh, okay."
Oh yeah, I had to bring my assistant coach into it. So it was just like sometimes you don't connect well chemistry-wise with the other players you're playing with, and that's completely fine. You don't have to be friendly all the time. However, it was just a bit of an aggressive atmosphere.
It was rude.
When I played, and when I play, I'm always making sure to be polite, even if I don't really know the person or it's just, good manners. Just did not have a good day. I was really, really mad about it. I came back to the van, like, thumping my feet, like, raging towards this, like, to my team. And they were like, "How'd you play?" And I was like, "I'm not even worried about how I played. You got to hear about this awful day I had."
It was.
The second I got into the van, I vented for our 40-minute ride back, and I was just like so mad. And everyone was going, "Oh, what? They did that? What? This happened?" And it's a good way for us to let loose. So that's why it's like my favorite part.
Yeah. With us, we probably talk more about our emotions and how we're feeling. We're very much different from the boys.
For sure.
Because the boys will be like, "I hit this shot, and this was how this went, and this is how that went, and da-da-da-da-da." And we do that too. But with us, we're like, "Can you believe that I played with so-and-so, and this happened, and that happened, and oh my gosh, this is what I did on this hole, and this is how I was feeling." But that's with us. I think that's the best part of our team, that we're comfortable enough with each other. That
Wait, are we talking about golf or real life? Like
golf.
The difference
Golf.
between men and women. No, men and women, we're very different.
Yeah, but we are all very comfortable with each other that, we can talk about anything pertaining to golf, anything pertaining to life, anything that happens. Like, when we go on these trips, like when we were in Florida, we sat down at a table and we talked about some things for like an hour and a half. Like, we cried, we laughed, we joked.
So
That's just how we are as a team.
So
Yeah.
with what you just said there, would you beg to say that you get over a bad shot quicker than maybe a guy does? Like, third
There's
hole,
two
third
parts to
hole.
that.
Yeah,
four
completely.
or five holes in a row, I'm killing my six iron, right? And then next hole, it's like, oh, I think I'm gonna hit my six the same way, and it just total crap, right?
That depends on the golfer.
Absolutely.
Right. Like and that's the consistency part of it, which is like it's just so mental. Like it
so
frustrates me so much.
It's a very frustrating
Like,
sport.
why didn't I hit my 5-wood the same way I
Yep.
just did 2 holes ago when it went 225 straight down the middle, and now it's like 135 straight out to the right?
Yep.
That really just depends on the golfer, because there might be one day where I miss a 3-footer and I'd be like, "Oh my God," and then the next round, the rest of my day, I miss every 3-footer. Or there might be a day where I hit it in the water, or I take for instance, I've taken quads on a hole, and then the next 5 holes, I'm 2-3 under. Like, it depends on the day, it depends on the circumstances, it depends on the course, it depends on your mood. With us, it's hard because golf changes like that.
Yeah.
You never hit the same shot the same again. The grass is never going to be the same. The bug that's laying in the middle of your line to putt is maybe not going to be
Breeze
there.
is going across, all
and
that.
that's with golf. It's not the same every time.
Yeah.
There's too many instances.
Too many variables.
Variables.
There you go.
There you go.
That's me teasing you because I'm a Glen Oak guy. We always got to tease our Hoover friends because we're enemies, right? Same place there.
At least you didn't go to Jackson.
Yeah, right. Better than that. TJ Downey here at the Winking Lizard at Washington Square with the Walsh Cavalier athletic teams. We have the men on earlier. We have the women's golf team on now. Make sure to go and download the Walsh Mobile Athletic app, whether you go to Apple Store or Google Play. Make sure to download that app. You can get scores, schedules, stats, buy tickets, find out where they're going to be playing at, find out where anybody's going to be playing at. Tons of great stuff going on. We're already deep into the spring, fall, winter, everything that's going on here across the street here from the Winking Lizard at Washington Square on the campus of Walsh University. We love it. We appreciate it. Thank you to Greeny. Thank you to Christina Payon, all that they do for their student athletes. And I guess where I was really going at with the question I originally asked you, and that was like maybe 7 minutes ago, we just started talking and just kind of rambling on. Between you guys all know each other, who has had that marquee round? She talked about her meltdown, Who has had that one round like where you just can't miss, like dropping like
Her yesterday.
like what are we talking, like a mid 60 type thing? We talking about like a high 60, like low 70?
I shot 68 yesterday at the Cavalier Classic. Thank you. Funny enough, my first day I shot 77.
Nice.
And then the second day I shot 68.
How does that happen?
Honestly, golf.
That's just
but
golf, right?
One of the biggest things I did realize, and my coaches will be able to back me up on this, is I talk to them about my mindset all the time I'm on the course. That first day where I shot 77, I told my assistant coach my game plan. I was like, all right, this 9 I'm going to play 3 over, and then this back 9 I'm going to play like even or +1, give myself a grace, you know. That didn't work out. It didn't go to plan. It wasn't too bad, but it didn't work out to plan, and you can't plan in golf. Like that's just a fact. You can never plan.
Too many variables.
Too many variables. It will never go your way if you plan it. So the second day, I came up to them. I'm like, okay, I'm changing my plan. I'm not gonna bother about my score. However, I'm gonna be present for every shot, and not think about the last one and not think about the next one. So I just stood there, and I mean, it seemed to help me. It also must have just been a day where, you know, everything was going right too. Like putts were dropping, shots that I wanted to hit were coming, and I was also in a very good mood. I had a good group, and it just worked out for me.
That's an interesting philosophy, right? I'm not going to care about my score, but I'm going to be present in every shot. I mean, if you're present in every shot, you're constantly thinking about your score, right? I mean, but so you tell me, what is considered the distance on a putt that you should make every time? Is it, you talked about 3-footers?
5 feet.
5 feet,
Absolutely.
5 feet within, you should always make those, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we
No matter
practice.
what the break, anything.
That's my biggest downfall.
Yeah.
My putting is sometimes atrocious.
I think like the coaches have kind of like instilled in us like when we get to practice, like we're like practicing those 3, 5, 7-footers, so that way when we get up to them, like there's not those nerves that maybe occur when you have to lag a putt up there,
Yeah.
you know. So that way like we feel confident and we feel like secure that like if we like we're gonna make this, and if we don't, we're gonna have a tap in for par, bogey, whatever, and then we're gonna move on to the next hole.
What do they say? Drive for show, putt for dough. There you go.
There
That's
you
where it's
go.
at, right?
That's where it's at.
But
That's you, right?
yeah.
Is she a monster off the tee box?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We play together, and like I just know that I'm gonna be probably like 50, 60 yards behind her, and I'm like, well, it is what it is.
But you're sitting
But
back
I'll
there
get
like,
her on the
"Eh,
putting
I'm
green."
gonna
Yeah,
watch
that's
her.
how it is. Yeah.
I
But
might
what's
watch her and play on
funny
the
about
second
the
shot.
putting is like, so with the Cavs Classic, we broke a lot of records yesterday.
Nice.
So we won. We've never won a Cavs Classic before. We broke 300. We actually shattered it. We shot 294. That was huge
Nice.
for us. We hadn't broken the record since fall of 22. We shot 301. She broke a school record for shooting 68. And then our other teammate, she had her career low.
Yeah.
We dropped
was
34
that?
strokes.
Who was your other
Sophia
teammate?
Rosa.
Okay.
Shout
nice.
out.
Yeah.
Love her.
We dropped 34 strokes from day 1 to day 2.
Wow. Shed a little light on some of your other teammates besides who you just mentioned. Some of the other ladies that have really been contributors and some that few-
Everybody. Everybody's
Everybody.
been good contributors.
Any surprises like from the youngsters? Maybe they were freshmen last year. Like, oh my gosh, like there's a like
to be
they really
honest,
stepped up.
coming from, and since I'm a sophomore and coming from the freshman class of last year, it was me, Sophia Rosa, and Emily Liptak. I think the three of us came in with really good talent to help the team. Like, the team was already good, but I think we just helped build a good base as well. Like,
100%.
people to, like, fall back on when you don't have a good day. Sophia Rosa and Emily Liptak, both great players.
Both
Always
from the area as well.
Both-
Stark County Federal
Yeah.
League players.
both from the area, and also I think that Emily, she shot amazing scores like in fall and even like spring. Like, she's always someone like you can rely on. And
she won a huge tournament that
She
fall
did, yeah.
in 2022.
It was GVSU,
yeah,
right?
Grand Valley State up in Michigan. That was a big field.
Oh,
and
yeah.
she shot 73 or 4.
Who's
I
your-
think 74.
Who's your guys' biggest competition in the GMAC?
in the GMAC?
Finley.
Finley.
Yeah.
They're a powerhouse.
National championship.
Oh, yeah.
2022.
Strong
Just
team.
like
But
They're
they
swimming. Oh my
they
gosh,
are
they're just like-
great girls.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
love them.
I love their team.
We love them.
They're great, yeah.
They're so fun to play with. And they approach the game. Every golfer approaches the game differently, and it's nice to play with somebody like her and I approach it different. Her and I approach it different. They approach it different. It's nice
Good
to
challenge,
all have,
good matchups.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to look and see how they're doing and be like, oh, maybe I can incorporate that somehow into my golf to make my game better. And it's like in athletics, you always want to, one, leave the program better than you found it. And two, you want to be a better golfer. You want to be a better athlete. So how are you going to do that? And by playing with competition and people that are better than you, that's how it's going to work.
Wow, spoken like a true Hoover Viking. I
What
love
can
it.
I say? Viking strong.
It's Viking strong. Oh my gosh, it's
Actually, that one's from Greenie.
that's from Greenie.
The leave the program better than you found it.
Yeah.
She's been telling me that since I've been in high school. We played all through high school together, all through college.
I mean, but ultimately, I mean, that raises your game to the next level. You want to play against the best. And,
Absolutely.
You know, it's. Do you guys know about the legend of Christina Payon?
Oh, she do be a legend in
She
the
is.
city of
Oh, yeah.
Canton.
She is a legend.
Like, have they put up like highlight tapes of her before?
She was like on the first McKinley women's team and the first
I think she
women's
was-
Walsh team.
I think she was the first All-American here.
Wow. I did not
I don't
know
if
that.
I didn't know that either. I knew she went and competed in an NAIA championship.
You're gonna have to check the archives. Kyle will know. Kyle knows the archives. But no, I'll tell you what. You guys are fortunate. I know we've talked about Christina Payon, and she was on here earlier. Morgan, I heard Coach Morg.
Yeah.
Brooke Morgan.
We didn't have a chance to talk about her earlier when the men were on. Talk about Coach Morg.
Wow.
Love her.
I don't
What
think
a
there's
great
even,
addition.
Yeah,
Love her.
There's not enough words to kind of
Is this her first year?
This is her second.
Second.
Okay.
She played for Walsh. She graduated, I want to say, in 17 or 18 from Walsh. She played basketball and golf at Walsh. She's from Akron Firestone.
Man, she's legit.
She then went and coached at Maslin for 2 years or 1 year on the women's team. So I knew her from Maslin being the coach, but I don't think we could have a better coaching staff than Coach
Oh, for
Payon
sure.
and Coach Morgs.
100%.
That, honestly, I think Coach Morgs was our missing piece once the girls came in.
Nice.
Yeah, I agree.
It runs so smoothly.
Coach Morg's honestly like great another person to rely on when you're on the course for our team. Every time we go out there, like it's always good to have more than just one coach. Like Christina Payon, she does it all, and she's an amazing coach.
Yes.
But she can't split herself in however many people are playing and be with us all the time. And so having Coach Morgs there, she brings a great atmosphere. She's always fun. She's always happy. And two, like when you need to get stuff done, she will make you do it. She will crack it into your head and be like, you got to make it happen here, you know? Like, so just having her has been amazing, and I absolutely love her. I love her and like Coach, their dream team.
They're the best.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I would continue to play if it wasn't for those two.
Wow.
They have I think each one of them has just sparked something in each one of us, and they are just like, they're another mom and like a big sis. Like, I don't even know how you want to explain it, but they are there for us 120%. Like, my uncle passed away in August, and she was the first, Coach Payon was
Sorry
the
to hear
first
that.
one. Thank you. Was the first one to text me, like, right away. Like, she is always there, no matter the situation. And not a lot of coaches are like that.
No.
A lot of coaches look, you're a golfer, you're only a golfer.
Yep.
With her, she allows us to branch out. She allows us to be our own people, our own person, and that's a lot coming from a head coach.
Yeah.
And she gives us 150%.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And
That's-
she always picks up that piece. Like if you're giving 80, she'll help you with the 20.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think that's probably the greatest testimony that they could have. So
They're the best.
Yeah.
They are.
Everything that happens here at Walsh University, I mean, with athletics, usually
She's
Greenie
involved in it.
and Christina are right at the top, and appreciate all that they do, and truly, I will be following along with you guys.
Thank you.
Tell us what's coming up next.
We have conference coming up. We leave next Wednesday for the practice round, and then we'll compete there. And then we are hoping to
Fingers
continue
crossed.
on to regionals May 6th and 8th in Indiana.
Yeah, UND. We'll play at UND's course in
Let's
Indianapolis.
go. Swords
So,
up, right?
yeah,
And
swords
then
up for
this
sure.
that'll be another record.
Yeah.
2 consecutive years.
So-
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Love it. Hey,
good season.
we're setting records. Look at you, 68 over here.
yeah.
Well, 68 over here, getting it done.
She'll probably shoot 62 by the end of her years.
You think so?
Absolutely.
100%.
She had like 7 birdies yesterday.
6, yeah.
Six. Sorry, it was
Six.
6.
I'm not that good.
Love it.
6 birdies, 2 bogeys. But oh well, those bogeys will
That's
disappear.
awesome.
Hopefully.
Look, these guys down here, man, they're still eating their chicken fingers. You guys blew these guys out the water. Like, I could barely even get Max to talk. He's all shy, and, you know, Kyle's
We're
like,
the talker.
Kyle's like,
Yeah.
oh, you know, I'm Kyle, you know, like, I'm the big
Don't
dog.
have to worry
and-
about that for us.
D2
Yeah.
We probably
golfers,
wouldn't
D1
stop.
yappers.
We won't stop talking
Oh,
unless
we
you
were
actually kick us off.
Literally.
Yeah.
That's all we do.
Well,
Our
I-
mouths don't stop.
I know.
No, they run.
I do think it's time to go, but I'll tell you what, I really appreciate you guys jumping on here.
Thank you
talking,
for having
some,
us.
Some
Yeah, thank you.
ladies Walsh Cavalier golf.
Mm-hmm.
Be pulling for you guys. Conference coming
Thank
up.
you.
Thank
Get it
you.
done.
Thank
You
you.
know, continue to do what you're doing, and again, we'll always follow along with you. You can follow along, get the Walsh Cavalier Athletic mobile app. Also, some of our great partners at Huntington Bank, Altman, Bell Stores, and also Cleveland Clinic, Mercy Hospitals. Check out the Sam Center up in Cuyahoga Falls. Canal Fulton. They just built that new facility, over 17,000 pounds of food given back to veteran families in need. So make sure you get behind the Sam Center. Appreciate everything you ladies do. And again, athletics.walsh.edu for all the other stuff you guys need. Go over to that website. Check out what the Walsh Cavaliers are doing. Appreciate my guys over here, men's team, women's team. Appreciate our great friends here at the Winking Lizard, Washington Square Winking Lizard. Whether you are going to an event, coming after an event, stop by here, patronize them. Always a great time. Hey, you're a North Canton person. You know how it's such a fun, thriving area. We love it over here, right?
All of it.
Just don't venture too far over to play local. The orange and black, you're not welcome over
I
there.
am orange and black all the way, maroon and gold
Love
all
it.
the way.
Love it, love it. Appreciate it again, guys, jumping on here and talking with us. So we will be back next week again, Wednesdays at the Wink, Washington Square Winking Lizard. I'm TJ Downing for the SMG Network, along with my girl Mad, Sid, Fran, getting it done for us. Walsh Cavalier Women's Golf. Hang with us. We will be back next week. Check us out on our YouTube channel to see these girls, see these men, and talk Walsh Cavalier athletics. So long, everyone.
Power outages can happen at any time without warning and can leave your home powerless for days. Hilscher Clark has partnered with Generac to bring you the #1 selling home standby generator brand, engineered and built in the USA since 1959. With a home standby generator, your home will never lose power again. Generac generators activate automatically in the event of any power loss and restore power to your home within seconds. Don't leave your home unprotected. Trust only the best. Hilscher Clark's residential division are experts in their profession and go above and beyond to provide you with quality, efficient service at a fair price. Starting with the estimate, they keep you informed regarding status and completion of your projects. They also give you shorter arrival windows and send you email and text confirmations of your scheduled service appointment, as well as notifications when their electricians are on their way to your home. Hilscher Clark's Google reviews speak for themselves, with more than 270 reviews and 4.9 stars. And if you've just recently purchased an electric vehicle but don't want to rely on public chargers to keep your battery full, Hilscher Clark has all the juice you can handle for your home vehicle charging needs. Hilscher Clark is a certified Q Merit Solutions partner, making them market leaders in electrification and recommended by local dealerships. Visit them online at www.hilscher-clark.com. That's HILSCHER-CLARKE.com. Or stop down and see them at 519 4th Street Northwest in downtown Canton. Or contact Hilscher Clark today at 330-452-9806. That's 330-452-9806. Remember, it's your home, it's our family. Trust only the best. Hilscher Clark Electric Company.